Hello, this is Peter with another video. Today I thought I'd do a quick update on the citrus in the greenhouse, just to show how most things have actually done really well over the winter. Apologies for the noise in the background, it's a little bit breezy today. Hopefully you can still hear me. As I said, most plants have done really well in here. There's a few citrus that did struggle, but it's not because of the cold, it's because the pot's dried out. So this one here is an example of that. Probably see better on here, it's dropped about 80% of its leaves. This branch has stayed on okay. But yeah, this is my Buddha's Hand Citron. It's in a very small pot, and that pot kept drying out over winter because it's such a tiny container. I'm going to have to repot that this spring. But yeah, I know it was definitely because of drying out, because all the leaves kept wilting and shriveling up. And obviously these ones have perked up now, but yeah, the rest of them ended up dropping off, unfortunately. But yeah, I think once I repot it, it will come back okay. And there's a couple of others like that which struggled because they kept drying out. Now, I won't have time to go through all of the citrus, and also I still can't get into to reach all of them as well. So I've not been able to inspect every plant yet, but I can definitely see there's plenty of new buds on these trees here. So yeah, there's plenty of new buds, and flower buds and growth buds. Also looks like there's a few aphids on that as well. Let's try and spray that to get rid of the aphids. I think this one is a lane late. Yeah, this is one of my lane late orange trees, which is just beginning to come into flower and growth. I've got my Mineola Tangelo, which has held on to two fruits, although this one is starting to change colour. It has been like this now for quite a while, but unfortunately it's not reached a full size, so I don't think this is going to be a edible fruit, but I'll leave it on a bit longer, see what happens. There's a small one down there which seems to be getting a bit of mould on it, so I don't think that's going to amount to anything either. I'll probably have to remove that one. This plant also did dry out a few times, so it has suffered a little bit. One exciting discovery I made the other day when I came in here was this. This is my Sudachi, which is a relative of the yuzu. It's another Japanese type of citrus. It's starting to come into flower, as you can see, for the first time, so that's really exciting. Again, this one does need a repot. It's in a very small, tall container. But yeah, I'll have to give that one a repot this year. Then you can see most of the other citrus here are all starting to grow. My yuzu right at the back, I can see growth buds coming on it, but I can't see any flower buds. Again, I can't reach too close, so I'm not able to actually inspect it closely. But from what I can tell from this distance, I can't see any flower buds, just new growth. And yeah, I've got my avocados here as well, which I overwintered in here with the citrus. I did an update video on that a couple of days ago, so I'll link to that video if anyone hasn't seen that yet. One plant I was really excited to see flower buds on this year was this ruby clementine, or rubino, which my friend Mobius gifted to me last year. Let's see, there's new growth coming, but there's also, if it'll focus, there is a few flower buds as well. So that's really exciting to see. And this one did grow pretty well last year, actually. I give it a repot. It's a much larger pot as well. But yeah, that's very exciting to see a few flower buds and new growth coming on this tree as well. So that's the Rubino or Ruby Clementine tree. I've got my Satsuma. This is the Owari Satsuma. Still got a few small fruits on it which haven't developed over winter that much. These were really late in the year setting, but yeah, it's starting to get a few buds as well, I've noticed. I think that might be a... yeah, I know there's definitely some buds starting to develop. I don't know if they're just growth buds or flower buds, but we'll see probably in the next month or so. This tree here I haven't featured before. I only got it a few weeks back, maybe about a month or so ago. It's another lime tree. It was meant to be a Mexican lime or key lime, although I have my doubts, to be honest. The right next to it here I have a bear's lime, which yeah, isn't in the greatest of health, but this tree has struggled due to a number of issues. It had severe cold damage a few years back, which damaged all this top section here, and I had to cut dead bits off. And since then, the new growth that's pushed out has never greened up as much as bits lower down, which have grown from below where the damage was. But it is still growing, and it's starting to get some new buds. But looking at the leaf shape, to me, they look identical. And I thought key limes were supposed to have much smaller leaves, but these look just the same as the bear's lime to me. But I could be wrong. It is starting to get a few flower buds as well, this new lime tree. But yeah, again, looking at the flowers, they are a little bit purpley coloured, which lemons get, and I know the bear's lime or Persian lime does get that kind of colour in the flower buds as well. I think that's because it's a cross between a lemon and a key lime. So yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be the right variety, but I'm going to keep it and as a backup plant anyway. This one also came from Yew Garden, but it's a different supplier than my bear's lime, which I got from Yew Garden a few years back. It's I think it's actually a Dutch. It's actually a Dutch import to this one. Well, looking at the soil it's in, just that usual concretey stuff that the Italian nurseries usually use, I would have expected it to have come from Italy. Perhaps it came from Italy, then went to the Netherlands. Maybe they then sold it onto Yew Garden. And yeah, I've got a few grafted citrus here, which I'll probably do a video on separately, which are also doing quite well, which I grafted maybe last year. I think most of these were grafted last year, and some were grafted possibly the year before. But yeah, overall, most things are coming along quite well. You can see pretty much every tree now is getting flower buds and new growth. And of course it does get very hot in this greenhouse, so that does help get these going a little bit. I'm hoping maybe in a few more weeks I'll be able to move these outside, out of the greenhouse, because I need to free up space in here to move my peach trees in, because the peaches don't really perform outside, so I need to get them in the greenhouse. Possibly a few of my figs as well. Some of the figs that produce main crops will only do so inside this greenhouse. They won't produce edible figs in my climate, so I'll have to move some of them in here as well. And then I'll also be moving some more bananas in here to try and get them growing a little bit better. So yeah, I'll just keep an eye on the forecast, and we'll see how we get on. I've also got a few white sapotes in here. These are seedlings. Well, that's a seedling down there, and that one up there as well, which are doing pretty well. In fact, that one down there is it's getting quite a sizable trunk on it now. But yeah, I'll probably do a separate video on the white sapotes soon as well, including the grafted muck dill variety which I got over winter. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this update on some of the citrus in the greenhouse. Just it meant to be a quick video, but of course it always ends up running on longer than I expected. But there's plenty of things starting to put on new flowers and new growth, and hopefully we'll get a few fruits this year. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll be sure to keep you all up to date on how all my citrus do this year, as well as all my other plants. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.